G'day guys, my name is Ash007 and welcome aboard the TBD Douglas Devastator. So today we're going to be flying a realistic battle mixed match on U Passage is the map of today's flies. And I'm joined by two of my fellow squadron mates who are in Buffaloes. So, what's this thing like to fly? Well, this is the first match that I have flown in it. In War Thunder, it's rank 1, it's battle rating 2.0. It has a max speed of 302 kilometers. It has a turn time of 19.7 seconds, a rate of climb of 5.4 seconds, and a takeoff run of 150 meters. As stock, it comes with a shocking sort of bomb armament of 1,200 pound bombs. It was 1934, and from what I remember, the United States needed a torpedo bomber. This is not a dive bomber. This is where I make my mistake later in the video, you'll see, but it first flew in 1935 and entered service in 1937. At that point, it was the most advanced aircraft flying for the US Navy. And it's one of those aircraft that is just odd. And it's just odd. It just looks odd. The cockpit is very nice. Although the yellow wings is sort of just a bit of a, I don't know, it just reminds me of a flying banana. And just, yeah. The view you're currently seeing is from the pilot's seat. This thing actually had 3 crew. A pilot, a gunner facing aft, and a bombardier who sat in between. The bombardier for this aircraft, when in combat, would actually lay prone just behind the engine, peering through a window at the bottom of the fuselage to release the torpedo or bomb. And of course, this thing wouldn't be complete without a forward-firing machine gun, so it was fitted with a Browning 30 caliber machine gun and operated by the pilot. In War Thunder, however, it has an armament consisting of one 50 caliber forward-firing machine gun and an aft-firing machine gun that is a 7.62 Browning machine gun with 600 rounds of ammunition. The forward-firing gun firing 500 rounds. Its stock bomb loadout is 100 pound bombs times 12. It can then upgraded to 2 different types of torpedoes, or 6 100 pound bombs and 2 500 pound bombs. The engine in this wonderful looking glasshouse aircraft is a 850 horsepower, 634 kilowatt Pratt & Whitney Twin Wasp. Oof, that was a mouthful. It basically just provided enough power for it to be maneuverable, yet not so slow. There were initial problems with it fitting onto the carrier, as the wingspan for the aircraft spanned 50 feet. And it was taking up a lot of room in the cramped inwards of the carrier. So the Douglas company decided to fold them upwards, reducing the space to 26 feet. Then they had to make a modification. The wheels then had to fold backwards into the wing. They were designed to protrude at about 10 inches just below the wing, just in case the TBD had to make a wheels up landing. This aircraft actually set a number of records for the US Navy. It was the first monoplane intended for the US Navy. It was also first with hydraulic as opposed to manual folding wings. And it was the first all-metal aircraft ordered by the American Navy. And here is the bit of clip that I was talking about just before, where I completely forget that this is a torpedo bomber, not a dive bomber. It doesn't have air brakes. And then I spot contact. So I spot him up for my friendlies and try flying towards my allies. This F2A on my 6 doesn't seem to be deterred by the fact that I am actually a torpedo bomber. But nevertheless, I rip my flap off in a turn, we go for a head-on pass, I get one hit, and we decide to have a dance. It was at this point that I realised at low speeds, this thing is extremely manoeuvrable. And there's my first kill, with his aircraft actually hitting mine and actually surviving. Whew, that was hairy. Next target, Yak 1, is closing in. Friendly squadron member Shano is coming in for the assist until he spots a P-26 or P-36 off to the left a bit. So I continue to chase this Yak 1, and we'll get back to our story. There were quite a number of American carriers that were equipped with this aircraft. The Enterprise, Lexington, Wasp, Hornet, Yorktown and Ranger were all equipped with a Devastator as the standard torpedo bomber. And although the Devastator production totaled only 29 aircraft, it achieved a number of firsts, as I mentioned before. So, first thing to note about this aircraft, it is manoeuvrable. It is beautifully manoeuvrable. Its colours makes it stand out of the sky and makes you sort of want to clean your monitor just a little bit. But aside from that, this aircraft looks extremely odd, and that is because of its lovely greenhouse canopy that is reaching halfway over the tail. It is just a flying greenhouse. I thought the Fireflies were bad. I mean, this thing tops aircraft for ugliness, but nevertheless, I think they made an improvement when they went to the SBD. This aircraft has a very short war service of a few years. It was retired in 1942 only because of a major incident which rendered most of the aircraft that they had at the time pretty useless. There was an attack on one of the islands. They were trying to attack a fleet. The island in question being Midway, and the target of the TBDs was the Japanese fleet. At 0700 hours, the aircraft carriers Hornet, Yorktown and Enterprise launched 41 TBDs, but due to cloudy weather they lost their fighter escort and arrived at the scene of the battle without top cover. Japanese A6M-Zeros immediately attacked from the rear, while the Imperial Japanese fleet put up a wall of anti-aircraft fire from the front. The Zeros attacked while the TBDs were still more than 12 miles from the Imperial fleets, and one by one the TBDs splashed in. Not a single torpedo from these planes found a target. Of the 41 Devastators launched by the US Navy, 37 failed to return to their ships. At a loss rate of 90%, the Navy struck the Douglas TBD Devastator from the combat roles, and it was removed to training and communication roles. A pretty bad fate for the TBD, but that last kill there, yeah, I know I'm a dirty scumbag, but it's tier 1 and I'm in a bomber, so you know I can sort of get away with that thing. And nice match actually. Just over 1,000 research towards vehicles and 1,600 research points towards modifications. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry I sound a bit tired. I had a long day today, but I thought I'd get this video out and done. So yeah. Still working on unlocking the P-38s for the next P-38 video. I'm going to do something more informative than just reading from a history book, but we will see. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and my name is Ash007, and I will catch you next time.